dating for many can actually be really difficult, and sometimes advice from a dating coach can help us. Denny Jones from the School of Attraction joins us in the studio right now to actually answer your calls. So 13 12 83, do you have a date for Valentine's Day? Or Denny obviously doesn't because he's joined us, Melissa, but that's all right. We love him in the studio. How are you, Denny?
Oh, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
I think Denny just can't stay away from us, really.
No, you're two beautiful people. Of course, why would I ever want to stay away from you
Look
two?
at this. It's bliss. It's absolutely bliss in the studio here on this Valentine's Day.
I love the balloons you got going on here.
We've got
It is
gorgeous balloons.
We've had chocolates
pretty.
all afternoon. We've had
Yeah.
chocolates, we've had lemon tarts, and we've had a lovely afternoon doing Valentine's
Nothing
Day.
like a Portuguese tart on Valentine's Day, wouldn't you say, Denny?
I said a lot of men would probably agree with you.
Yes, the balloons are there, the helium's up, everything's going, you know. So, Denny, tell us about Valentine's Day. What are your favourite memories of Valentine's Day? Dating?
I think early on, I was in a lot of long-term relationships, so Valentine's Day was pretty important. It's one of those things that growing up a lot of people become a little bit bitter about, don't want to spend the money for no reason. They feel it's like a little bit of a competition between all the girls at work. But I just think any excuse really to show someone that you love them, it doesn't really matter, I think.
And Denny, would you agree that, we are programmed growing up that we are going to meet that knight in shining armour or our queen or our princess and all of that? So I think that something about Valentine's Day does keep that alive. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%. You have to, on some level, romanticize your relationship.
Yeah.
If you look at it in nuts and bolts and, really practical ways, you just take all the romance out of it. So, yeah, definitely, 100% you need to romanticize for sure.
Okay, so Denny, I have you on the show because I have a question for you.
Let's go.
For those single men out there who don't have a Valentine's date today or aren't in a relationship, how can they do some planning to prepare to have a relationship or a date by Valentine's 2018?
Well, at least we're giving it 12 months. That's good, because these kind of things aren't overnight solutions.
It's
not
slow.
at all. It is a slow thing.
Yeah, well, at least you're planning.
It is. There's got to be a plan.
Yeah, there has to be a plan. I think, I don't know, a lot of girls and guys, they're looking for that Mr. Right or Mrs. Right in the opposite sex, So especially for men, a lot of men, looking for that Mrs. Right. But I don't think a lot of guys are Mr. Right. So you have to look introspectively first. You have to look at what you're doing to sabotage those opportunities and really focus on yourself. I think self-improvement, it becomes something that you reflect a self-belief in yourself, or you reflect onto other people. And eventually, when you get to a certain level where you attract and are going out with a single woman, she will probably see your self-belief and the way you see yourself. So introspectively first, for sure.
So what have you come across can sometimes be sabotage? What can be a regular kind of thing that you see or come across around when you'd say, I think this person is sabotaging themselves?
Just a lot of negative self-speak, a lot of apologizing for no reason. We forget that, in our inner voice inside our head is the one we listen to the most. And then it doesn't matter how nice you are to other people. If you're not nice to yourself, you will start depreciating your own self-worth. It will just erode.
So that inner dialogue, really working on that in a way of making it more positive. And so what's some of the things how do you do that? How do you do that?
Oh, personally, I have a lot of affirmations that I do every morning. A lot of things that project where I want to be in life. And I say them in a way that tells me that they're already there. I just have to reach out and get them, not that they're a possibility maybe one day. It's I will be getting there.
Yeah.
I will be doing these things. So everything I do leads to those 5 goals that I have.
Yeah. If you can't love yourself, how can you love another?
Exactly.
Can I get an amen?
Yeah, amen. Praise the Lord.
Self-love is very, very, very important.
It is very important.
It is. Absolutely, yeah. Believe in yourself first before you're looking for love. Because you can't look for what you're after in another, can you? You've got to fill yourself first before you go out seeking to then share.
Yeah, that's right. And I think people just get what they deserve in the end, I feel like you just get what you ask for, and what you believe in to be yourself. Like, it's crazy. It's just crazy.
So Denny, what advice would you give to someone that has been doing some online dating for a while and starting to feel discouraged?
Okay, this comes up a lot. The online dating scene, it's not real life. We spoke about this before. It's kind of the magazine cover of who you are. Now, you could be doing a few toxic things in those photos that you just don't know you're doing. Now, men, we are so filled with ego that we rarely ask anyone else for help in this space. Women ask each other all the time, how's this photo look good?
Yeah.
You know, I was just walking through the streets of Manly on Saturday night, and I must have seen about 6 groups of girls just, you know, doing the selfie pose, but then comparing it and telling each other, oh, do this, no, upload that one for sure, you know.
Yeah.
Guys would just never do that.
No,
you know?
and they'll help each other. Oh, you don't look good in that one.
Yeah.
And,
Don't do that, babe.
No,
Don't do
that's
that.
right.
Yeah.
No, we'll do that one again.
That's right.
Yeah,
You look like, you got your eyes closed, or you look drunk, or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
For guys, we just kind of go, you know, good enough, you know, that's good enough for us. We're just going to upload it and see what happens. And they get stuck. They get stuck on some photos, because some photos are like them boozing on with their friends. You know, them really not showing themselves in the best light.
Not appropriate.
And we forget, as guys, that each one of these shots is a lady on the other side going, can I see myself in that picture? Can I see myself in his life? So really future projecting. And if the answer is no, then that's a problem for your profile.
So, Nanny, do you think that people get discouraged about online because it's got something to do with how they are presenting themselves? I know you have 50 date tips for Tinder. Can you tell us some of those?
Yes, I can. There are just so many things. We'd like to say, as people, that we don't judge, but we judge all the time.
Yeah.
And I hate to say, I
It's
think
human
women
nature,
judge
isn't
more
it?
than men.
Yeah.
I have to say it, but it's like women are built to take on a lot of information very quickly. So you have to make assumptions. Yeah.
Well, I think women are looking for a partner to their future children.
Yes, exactly.
And so it does increase that. It's more of a safety mechanism,
Exactly.
I think, rather than a judgment.
Yeah.
And
it
because
is.
of that, women are looking long term.
They are.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it means more. Each photo, each piece means more.
Okay, we've got a question for you, Denny. Are you ready?
Here we go.
Stand by. 13 12 83. If you have a question for Denny right now, or Melissa Ferrari, 13 12 83. Rob is calling from the Northern Beaches. How are you, Rob?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. How are
That's
you?
all right. Yeah, pretty good, mate. Here's Denny for you, mate.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Denny, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hey, I was just wondering, I've had this girl sort of in my sights for a little while. She's a friend of mine, but I just don't know how to tell her, she's my Valentine.
Oh, really? This is a great one. Very, very relevant for today.
Yeah,
How long have you been friends for, Rob?
Oh, probably 5 years.
Jesus.
That's a long
It's a
time.
long time to be a friend. Are they?
I've
Have
been
you?
on this one for a while, Denny.
Yeah. Have you just realised your emotions towards her, or have they been there from the start?
I'd say I sort of just realised.
You just realised. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
last sort of 6 months or so,
So what triggered this feeling?
Oh, just things sort of changed. We got a little bit closer. We're sort of hanging out a little bit more out of
Really?
the work sort of scenario. That's how we first met.
Okay. Has she changed her behaviour as well? Because obviously things have sort of increased. If you're feeling that, there's got to be something on the other side as well, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what led you guys to start seeing more of each other? Who took the initiative there? Was it you or her?
Oh, I think it's sort of just happening.
It just happened. Look, I think it's one of those
I'm
things.
not really paying much attention to it.
Okay. Okay, cool. I think it's just one of those things where the longer you let this sort of linger, the more it's going to change your behaviour, and the more she's going to see a change in behaviour in you. So I don't know. I just feel like sometimes you have to take a little bit of a leap of faith and just stick it. Just stick to it. Just go. I'm on the edge right now. I feel like something's going on here. Before it gets too much back into that sort of friend zone area, you have to just go. I've realised a few things. I think I'd love to take you on a date. Just don't dwell on it too much. Just get her into a chat, nice little chat, might be a coffee or whatever it is, and just be frank with her. And I think she'll appreciate your honesty. Because at the end of the day, right, if you don't say it, you're just going to be hiding it from her,
Forever.
and it's a little bit deceptive as well. Like, be honest to yourself. I think that's a big thing.
And let her know it's only just been a recent thing too, don't you think?
Yeah,
Otherwise
exactly.
It seems creepy. You've known
Exactly.
each other 5
That's
years.
you definitely have to say it just happened.
I'm off like a creep or anything.
You don't sound like one either.
No, you don't sound like one, mate, either. Yeah. No. That's good, Rob.
Thanks, guys.
Does that help?
Yeah, that really does. Because, I just need that bit of confidence to just, go for it. So
Yeah, like that.
appreciate it.
Oh, let us know how it goes. If you jump, let us know.
Yeah.
Good luck with it, Rob.
We're here Tuesday nights, mate. Yeah, let
Good
us know
luck.
what she reacts to, how she reacts to it, because that's interesting, yeah.
That is very
It's
interesting.
funny, isn't it, when the magic just starts to click. It
Yeah.
just works.
Well, you got to make sure it's on both sides, though. But sometimes
Right.
it needs you
Right.
just need one person to do the push to
Yeah.
make someone else aware that that's
Taking
happening.
the risk.
Yeah.
Yep.
No reward without risk, I think.
No.
Rachel is calling from Alexandria. Hello, Rachel. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
That's the way. Welcome to Talking Relationships. Denny's here. Melissa's here. How can we help you tonight?
So I want to know what advice you have for girls in regards to trying to understand a male's mentality. So I've been talking to a guy for a while now, for probably 5 months, and he's been communicating well, but sometimes gets flaky. So what advice would you give to I guess females overthink things? How would you approach that?
So how intensely has this, what intensity is this relationship at the moment? How many times are you seeing each other?
Probably once a week.
What would you consider? Have you been talked about exclusivity? What are the boundaries that you guys have set yourselves?
At the moment, we're still just trying to get to know each other.
Right.
So that's not exclusive.
Yeah.
I would say more still just casual.
Right. Do you want it to go further than that?
Potentially, yes.
Right. So it's still a discovery mode, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I like this. This is a good space for you because you haven't overinvested, right? And I think it's one of those things where you have to really make sure that you're not putting overinvesting into that relationship, especially if he isn't. Yeah. But if you want to push things along, you have to be very clear. I think we walk around in these little relationships trying not to get hurt by not saying what we want. And I think sometimes you just got to, throw a little bit more out there and see if he bites.
Rachel, are you that kind of girl that can do that?
Look, if you took me back a year ago, no. I've learnt a lot over a while, but
A year makes a big difference.
Yep. It is hard, I guess, when a girl's, for me, you normally think about, would he like this? Would he like this? Like, what if I say this? And, you think too much into what you say rather than what you want to say.
All right, some tips for her. What do you think? What are some tips that Rachel can use?
Probably look at that
let him know.
dialogue of the overthinking. Just calm that down a little bit and be yourself. You sound lovely, Rachel. So my advice would be just to be yourself and pick up that confidence to go in and talk to him. Jenny, what about you?
Yeah, I think that honesty, that self-honesty, because we tend to listen to our friends, and you're going to get so much different advice. But I think at the end of the day, you have to take responsibility for the relationship, because it's not happening to your friends. It's only happening to you. So if you say and do all these things that your friends tell you to do that aren't congruent with who you are as a person, you're going to feel like you've cheated yourself if it doesn't work out, acting on their advice. So look at what you really want.
Follow that intuition.
Yeah, it's so important. It is so important.
Gut feeling.
Yeah, the gut feeling. I think it's there for a reason. Like if you feel anxiety, it's just, as we talked about, it's a warning sign. It's there to help you. It's not fear. It's just telling you that this is important, and you definitely go towards that.
Yeah, and take a look at it.
Yeah. I hope that helps, Rachel. Did it help you?
Pardon?
Did that help? Does that give you a bit more insight?
Yeah, it makes me a little bit more comfortable knowing that, do what I feel is right and just be upfront and honest and don't be scared to say this is what I want.
Yes, but also in the same token, don't be deluded about what he's saying as well, yeah? I think we tend to hear what we want to hear sometimes, so be very honest with yourself about what he's putting out there, his signals, his words, his actions, more importantly.
Yeah.
Observe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And lots of discussion, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we tend to as we said, we tend to romanticize things maybe too much too soon.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And plug into those cues, Rachel. If you're noticing that this guy's doing things that are a little bit different out of the normal, and he's starting to move more towards you, pay attention to that stuff and pick up on it and respond in a way that says, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah, because sometimes it gets confusing because you read someone to think, okay, they're actively pursuing it, they're actively wanting to do things with you, and then when it comes to it, they flake, and then you get a different
Different vibe,
a different vibe, and then you're sitting there thinking, you try and think the positive in it, but then you think that once it happens more than once, well, I don't really understand it. It's like a roller coaster.
Rachel, I think you're describing the navigating of dating and the risks that you have to take, and it's sometimes you fall down and then you get back up and you give it another try, and I take my hat off to you. You sound like you're really sticking with it, so good on you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And let us know
Thank you,
again how you go, because we are here Tuesday nights talking relationships. Let us know how you go, Rachel, when you start talking to him. So it's be honest and confront the whole gut that's feeling anxious and butterflies, and just project it out and say something.
100%.
Yeah.
Like just recently, I've never lived with a spouse ever before in my life, and then I don't know, I just felt like the right thing to do at one point. And I just went, I didn't even ask anyone whether I should do it or not. I just
Felt right.
asked my girlfriend at the time, let's do it. And she was like, whoa, okay. But she was never going to ask me. And it was just never going to be that way.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just got to listen to yourself.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Denny, tell me, do you think chivalry is dead, or is it still well and truly alive?
I feel like it's being eroded.
Right.
Yeah. I think, we used to see the opposite sex so infrequently that to court someone felt like such a big deal, and so we gave it the effort.
Yep.
Yeah, we gave it all the glitz and the glamour that we needed to. But now you've got, 1,000 matches in your area that you can possibly talk to, multiple conversations at the same time. I think we've lost a little bit just because it's just a little bit too hard.
Yes. You can't show that much chivalry to that many people.
That's right. It's expensive.
Yeah.
We were hearing on Drive this afternoon with Nick Bennett, a woman that's heavily pregnant, 8 months pregnant, on the train. No one would stand up for her to allow her to have a seat.
No,
but
that's
at the same
different.
time,
That's different.
can I tell you, coming in on the ferry this afternoon, jumping on the ferry to get over here, a girl hops on and then sticks her feet up on the ferry, on the front of the ferry, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's not a good look for girls, isn't it? Really?
So, not a good look for anyone, really.
No, not even the fellas. No, you're right.
No.
So what's happening?
Yeah,
We're losing it, drip by drip by drip by drip, just a slow drip.
A photo went around of what you're describing, that woman being 8 months pregnant, and it went around social media. It was really, really hard to see. Yeah, just no one getting up. And what was everybody doing? They were on their phones. And I think that the phones is an excuse now.
It's a disconnect.
Like, I'm on my phone and I didn't see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be the headphones for the music. Now it's the actual phone.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
When was the last time you wrote a love letter, Denny, to your significant other? Yes.
Wow.
Ever?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
I remember because my brother used to steal them from my room and then read them to all his friends. So that was gold.
You had older brothers.
No, I had a younger brother. He was just cheekier than usual. But I deserved it, I think. I deserved it. No, I did. I think I still am very sentimental, with some things, as you get older, it's a little bit less and less. But I think it's a genetic thing. My father is super sentimental.
Right.
Yeah.
Is he the love letter writing type?
But not just in the language and the native tongue of my mother, so he's Spanish, but also in French as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, how beautiful.
Yeah, so
how beautiful.
I think it's somewhere back there in the gene pool.
We were saying earlier, even if someone gets the spelling wrong, it
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's the sentiment that really counts.
Yeah.
And what about like drawing as well, like flowers and roses, and then writing the love letter as well in your handwriting?
Wow.
That's very special.
Well,
don't you think?
unless you're a doctor, then you probably can't read it anyway.
Well, you take it to the chemist.
Then they can
Reads it for you.
Everyone in my family thinks I write like a doctor. They say my shopping list just is illegible, and I'm like, hey, that says Bananas.
That writing is bananas.
That's right.
Don't go away, Denny. We'll have some more in a moment. Denny is here right now and taking your calls on open line 13 12 83. Denny Jones from the School of Attraction. The website too, by the way, for the School of Attraction. Yeah.
It's schoolofattraction.com.au.
And of course, Melissa Ferrari is here, joins us here each and every Tuesday night talking relationships.
If you love to travel, here's a new destination. Talking Travel on Talking Lifestyle. Across Australia, around the world. You'll find the best travel ideas and deals weekdays from 10 a.m. Attention passengers, you can listen online, digital, mobile or on 954 AM. So pack your bags and please put all your tables and chairs in their upright positions. It's Talking Travel on Talking Lifestyle.
Light up your dark rooms with Skydome's Day Ray using free energy from the sun. Ideal for any space in your home without exposure to sunlight, even ground floor. The German-designed solar panel ensures peak performance even in low light. Skydome's Day Ray is easy to install on any roof. Just plug and play the low-voltage Day Ray system of LED fittings for even light distribution. See skydome.com.au or call 13 14 24. Skydome, brightening homes since 1976.
Step aboard the Blue Mountains line for Blackheath Family Shoe Store. Only 2 minutes walk from the station with footwear from Peter Kaiser, Joseph Siebel, Piccolinos and Hogel. Blackheath Family Shoe Store, 4 Goverts Leap Road, Blackheath. Open 7 days.
For over 20 years, the Barnardo's Mother of the Year has been showcasing the stories behind extraordinary everyday mums. The mums in the community making a real difference in the lives of children. The ones putting others before themselves. The ones moving heaven and earth. The mums just like yours. Share the amazing story of your mum today. Nominate them in this year's Barnardo's Mother of the Year. Visit motheroftheyear.com.au for more information.
Did you know the skin is the body's largest organ? So love the skin you're in with Healthy Care Grapeseed Extract from Chemist Warehouse. Grapeseed extract may help to reduce free radical cell damage and could also assist in improving blood circulation, important for healthy skin. Buy Healthy Care Grapeseed Extract 12,300 capsules for just $25.99 at Chemist Warehouse. Always read the label, use only as directed. Chemist Warehouse, you'll find them all over Australia.
Flight Centre's Best of the World sale is on now. Discover the home of amazing moments. Fly return to London with Etihad Airways from $1,345. Add 4 nights from $425.
Best in the air.
And everywhere.
Call 131 600.
You're listening to Talking Relationships on Talking Lifestyle.
We'd love to hear from you on Talking Relationships. 13 12 83, the telephone number. Denny is here, Denny Jones from the School of Attraction, Melissa Ferrari and myself, David Prior, with you tonight here on Valentine's Day. No better time to be talking about relationships than Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah. Love is in the air. I've never seen so many roses in my life as I did today.
What, at your place?
They were everywhere. Everywhere I went today, people being delivered flowers and roses.
I chose Malaysian orchids this year. So.
Malaysian orchids. Oh, that's nice.
Beautiful. I think that's a bit special.
Yeah. 13 12 83 if you want some tips about Malaysian orchids and anything to do with Valentine's Day, about how to talk to the girls too. Denny's here, or of course Melissa's here as well. 13 12 83. Phil's calling from Warwick Farm. How are you, Phil?
How are you? Happy Valentine's to everybody.
Yeah,
and to you, Phil.
I have a Thai wife. I went to Thailand for a holiday after dating a lady in Sydney who was visiting her sister who migrated to Australia. Anyway, one thing that we was dated on and off for about 2 or 3 months, and then I went to Thailand after her. We split, and I went down to a place called Koh Samui, Thailand.
Yeah.
And I was there for a month. I made friends, and I went back. And over a long time, cut a long story short, I went back and I was introduced to a lady I went out with for a short time. But my wife, her marriage broke up in 2006, and we're talking about 2010 now. Went to, after working in Malaysia, went to Koh Samui and ran into this woman I dated. Anyway,
drama.
So She introduced her to me, and we had a long-term relationship for 2 years, and I brought my wife to Australia. First I met her in Malaysia, took her back to see her family and everything. Then I brought her to Australia for a holiday.
And are you still together? Are you still with each other?
Well and truly.
Wow.
Today's Valentine's Day. 4 years ago today we got engaged, and in May we got married. We were celebrating our 4th wedding anniversary in May.
Oh, fantastic. That's
Lovely.
And my wife is the most unbelievable woman on this planet.
Oh,
Is she listening right now?
I absolutely adore her.
Yeah. Is she listening to the program, do you think? Phil, is she listening?
No, she's
That's a shame.
she's spending some time with her friend right now.
Oh, well, look. Yeah.
what a lovely
What a
story.
sweet fellow you are, hey? You romantic Phil.
But I think so. But I mean,
Proposing on Valentine's Day, that's pretty special.
It
wouldn't
is
you
pretty
say,
special,
Denny?
actually.
Yeah.
It's pretty special, and it says that I really want this to work forever because if it doesn't, it's a pretty bad reminder.
I'll tell you what my wife wants to do.
Yeah?
My wife wants, on her 10th wedding anniversary, she wants to get remarried.
Oh, that's
wow.
wonderful.
You going to do it, Phil? You going to do it?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Like I said to her son last night, we talked about because she was at work, and we were talking about Valentine's Day, and I said, Valentine's Day doesn't really mean a lot to me. I mean, other than the fact that I got engaged, but that part, yeah. But I said every day I say to my wife, say to your mother and my wife, as my wife, I love her, and I really do. And I have no qualms in saying that I could talk all day about my wife.
Oh, I reckon you could.
reckon you
and
could
that's
too.
a good sign, I think. That's a very good sign.
You're in love.
Yes, he's
Still
definitely
got
in
the
love.
stars in his eyes.
I
Good
love
on you,
that. I
Phil.
love that.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day, evening, and well done with the show.
Thank you
Thank you so
very
much.
much.
Thank you for
Thanks for
calling.
being a part of it. That's
Thanks
what it's all
so
about.
much. Thanks,
13
Phil.
12 83. If you'd like to be a part of it right now, tell us about your Valentine. 13 12. Did you propose on this day, Valentine's Day?
I would love to hear about that.
Yeah. Now that's
That's-
isn't it? That's special.
That's
romantic.
movie stuff. That's
When you're
yeah,
down
Hollywood.
on bended knee on Valentine's Day.
Oh my god, people must go crazy for that if they see that on
Oh,
Valentine's Day.
absolutely.
Oh,
and it's
wow.
true. It means you want to get it right because it's a reminder every year.
Yeah,
that you.
that's right.
Yeah. Wow.
You couldn't forget your wedding anniversary if you got married on
Yes.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
I bet a lot of people do that too.
A friend of mine, I think, tried to go down on one knee but couldn't because he was up in a blimp. You know, sorry, an air balloon.
Right.
Yeah, but hey, that's pretty special as well.
That's
I think
beautiful.
Paris
That's why you couldn't go
Road.
down on one knee.
That's
No,
right, but that's
no.
pretty good when you're that high up in the air.
Yeah.
So Denny, for next year, our 2018, that guy that's out there looking for a date, what would be your biggest tip for him to get started with now?
Some
so
strategies.
so that he has some success.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
some strategies.
So, like we talked about, feeling good, thinking good about yourself. And it's probably not the most eloquent way of putting it, but I think it's one of those things where if you start doing things for yourself, they're going to better yourself. I think those are the fundamental things, because then you start believing that you deserve happiness and you deserve that type of woman.
And so you walk down the street and you've got that sort of smile on the face, the twinkle in your eye,
Yeah.
and that's the kind of stuff that women find attractive. That real
Exactly.
confidence that just sort of pours out because you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, and I got to say it, I had a bit of a gym hiatus over the silly season, but getting it back into it, I just feel 100% better than I used
Yeah.
to. So it's just it's just such a small thing, but such a big thing as well.
Absolutely.
I think strategy-wise, I think it's act on the instinct that we were talking about. Talk
Yeah.
to that girl. Be open to possibilities. Know that you're not going to pick up every girl that you ever see. Just be aware that you have to be in it to win it. And a lot of guys just expect it to come to them.
Yeah.
In this world of, Tinders and Happens and, Plenty of Fish, all that jazz. We expect it to fall on our lap, but it isn't that way,
You've got
No.
to work toward it, haven't
right.
you?
Yeah. And take those risks.
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes I feel like the online space is a little bit safe because we don't have to really extend ourselves.
Yeah,
We're behind the keyboard, we're behind the phone.
Yeah.
So do it in real life.
Well, it creates an artificial experience because people start to think that they're actually in relationship, and
they're not.
They're not.
No.
They're not. You don't know.
All you have is a pen pal.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Very, very true.
How do you know when the time is right? I mean, to actually approach the subject. Don't keep it for too long. Stand up and say something.
So when you say the time is right, in what context are you talking about?
To actually say, let's go out together. Let's have a date to start with.
Well, look, obviously that I feel like if you're laughing a lot with that person, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
I think
that's going to work out.
Yeah, what we teach, humor and teasing and that playful banter, that is like a cornerstone of attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you've got a lot to say to each other, it's a good sign.
You know,
things are working out.
Longevity is in a relationship when you are both working toward a plan. Is that right? Or when you've both got each other's back. We often say that, don't we, Melissa?
Absolutely.
Don't you think that?
Oh, yeah. If one person's, if your potential significant other is defending you, good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big sign.
Even in front of your family.
Because that's respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
And respect is probably one of the best compliments someone can give you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's a big one, I think.
Yeah.
Totally.
Absolutely.
It's not about just hitting the gym either, is it?
Oh, no.
I mean, it helps though.
It does help. It
trim
does
up
help
and-
because you feel good, like, you know, and we do live in a world where looks matter on some level.
Yeah.
But I think also as well, if you are waiting to do something that you haven't done in a long time, I think it's time to get that ball rolling in that space as well. What's that other self-development thing that you've been wanting to work on? What is that project? What is that? You know, the momentum of doing and achieving also helps build your confidence. So wherever that field is in your life, I think it's not just physical, but mental as well.
A very simple thing is, Jenny, to add to your list is that the brain likes the corners of the mouth to be pointing up in a smile because it's very, very uplifting.
Right.
So simple little things like that if you're feeling down, point those corners of the lips up and bring on that big smile, and you're actually changing everything in the brain to be a lot more positive experience. And so I'm adding that because I think it can get to a place where we think we have to do so much to actually attract somebody and be attractive to somebody, but it's those real little small things. A simple smile can be very, very powerful. And if you aim that at the right person, you're on a winner.
Well, you open them up. I think people smile. The instant reaction for someone who smiles is to smile straight back. And I don't care if you've just seen that person for 0.25 of a second on a train or a bus or someone walking past, they will smile back at you.
Gives you a lift,
Yep.
doesn't it?
It does give you a lift.
What about girls and flirting? They like a bit of temptation, don't they,
I
Danny?
think we all like a bit of
We
temptation.
do, don't we?
Yeah,
Flirting,
this is not-
teasing.
this is not a gender-specific thing.
No.
No. Creating attraction is something that people use as a weapon all the time, I think.
Right.
It happens at work. It happens everywhere. You know, it helps you get someone on side favorably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and a lot to do with attraction. It's interesting you say that because it can be used as a weapon because you start to think of a war zone. A lot about attraction is that if you're feeling very safe with someone, they instantly become attractive to you because there's those parts of the brain that are actually fighting with each other around passion and all of that kind of stuff. But if you can really get that amygdala,
Yes.
and calm that fight-flight response,
Yep.
someone's going to instantly be more attractive to you because you experience that safety. I think safety's paramount when it comes to attraction.
That's right. That's right. I was just out with a few students on the weekend, and we spent more than half the session dealing with approaching women. Now,
Yeah, right.
guys don't even realise that they're scaring the girls half to death every time they approach them.
Yes.
Mainly because, you know, it takes a lot of time to realise what's happening. Is this
right.
man stopping me? Am I going to be signing up for Greenpeace? What does he want?
yeah.
He's not wearing a uniform
Well,
or
what
a
do you
neck
do,
tag.
Danny? What do you do?
Is he going to rob
Some
me?
steps,
Is he
mate.
going to rob me?
Yeah.
So,
Will I be assaulted? It can be
exactly.
anything.
You don't know
yeah.
what it is.
No.
You know? And I find a lot of the Asian community and the women, the subservient ones, are even more frightened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's one of those things where you have to put a lot of distance between you and a woman if you're going to approach them in the middle of the street during
You
the day.
mean physical distance?
Yes, physical
yes.
distance. You need
Yeah.
to give a woman a time to realize that you are trying to stop her.
Yeah.
Right. And that you are being not aggressive in any form. Like you are big smile on the face is a good one. It's
Yep.
definitely the best armor you can wear into an approach.
Absolutely.
And I think hands up like this, like if you can't, we obviously can't see that, but up
Yeah.
as if you were nearly apologetic, like a Hugh Grant
Yeah.
video,
Yeah,
you know,
like-
like the way he acts most of the time is with
Like,
his hands up.
excuse me, I love your shoes.
Yeah, something like that. But I think maybe it's just like, excuse me, I saw you walking past and there was just something about you.
Aw.
I had to come meet you.
Yep.
What is your name?
That's very sweet. That's very
Lovely.
sweet. What about rejection? How do you face
It's
that?
part and parcel. It's part and parcel of...
Okay, so if you're going to
Yeah.
give it a go,
Yeah.
then
I think
maybe. Yeah.
But it's part and parcel of approaching women. It's going to happen no matter what. If you say you've never been rejected, I will call you a liar, sir.
Yeah.
Because that happens to everyone.
We get it, don't
It
we?
happens
Yeah.
to both women and men. So you have to definitely put yourself
Yep.
out there.
16 dates I went on, Denny, before
Yes.
I found the man of my dreams and married him, and so there was a lot of rejection.
And she's glowing ever
Yes.
since.
Yeah, I have been. I have
there
been.
you go.
And I
Trust
had
me.
to pick myself back up and get back on and say, yep, off I go. Yep.
Website, School of Attraction, right?
.com.au. Is that the website you were
Yeah,
looking for?
That's the one I'm looking for. School of
plug.
Attraction. Shameless plug. But you take guys through the steps, you talk to them, so if they want to know more, go to the website.
Go to the
find out
website.
more.
Yeah, we have a phone line there, or you can inquire via email. Yeah, we'll just leave a short message and we'll get back to you.
You coming back next Tuesday night?
I'll come back whenever you guys want. You guys
Yeah.
are fantastic.
We'll have you back next week and maybe the week after.
That sounds good to me.